Hello everybody, my name is Jacob, and welcome back to the Uplifting Gamer Podcast. Yep, it's just me this time, shockingly enough. This is one of, hopefully, 2 episodes on Arcane that I'm going to be giving out. Hopefully the second one is with the group that we just had recently, but this one is on its own. And I'm going to be bringing this episode up during the second episode I want to record, if I can get it recorded. But if I'm lucky, this is just part 1. But I don't think I am going to be that lucky. Knowing my luck, timing is never a good thing. But let's hop into it, shall we? We are at, I would say, a very interesting crossroads for Arcane right now. We are less than 2 months away from Arcane being over. Let's put that in perspective. Less than 2 months away from Arcane being over. We are going to be having it out in November. And they said November 8th is the release date. November 8th. And that's just insane to me. It's hard to believe it's already here. We were just begging for Season 2 to come out. Because for the first inch of just a sneak peek. And we've not only seen just one trailer, but now 2 clips. Actually 3 clips if you include the Warwick presentation. This stuff is mind-boggling. But that is not what I want to talk about today. I'm talking about the little theory that I got. And this is going to get brought up in my group episode of Arcane. Hopefully I can get done. If I can't, I'll just do a solo episode. It's not that big of a deal. But my little theory here is that our villain of Season 2 is not who we think it actually is. And I need everybody to hear me out here. It's not like this person is the obvious villain. No, it is not that scenario at all. Our villain is hiding in plain sight. This person has been in every single trailer that we've seen. And it ain't Jinx. It ain't Caitlyn. It's not even Warwick. It's Noxus themselves. And I want to let you simmer. Like, I know what you're thinking. Why the hell? Like, what? That makes no sense. Why would they want in on this? Why would Ambessa want to cause dissent? That's because that's what they're doing. That's what they thrive on. They thrive on strength. And when they see a war-torn country, and especially when Mel is most likely either extremely injured or dead, she has a reason to go in and cause some chaos. And who is the perfect person to manipulate? Than someone that has likely lost their mother in the explosion, than Caitlyn. And Bessa straight up says to Caitlyn, "You will have justice." That is the first thing we hear her say. Then, in the follow-up trailer, we hear her talking to somebody, we don't know who, but someone, that they must declare martial law. So they are now at a point where we can't just get this shit done. You need us now. Noxus needs them. And Noxus even leads the charge. If you look at the position that they have with the soldiers, Noxus has the head. Piltover is providing backup. It's supposed to be the other way around. You would think, they're in Piltover. Piltover's armies should be in the backup. But no, Noxus planned for this. And they are thriving in this environment to the point where Ambessa has every claim to the throne. And if you don't believe me, I have a brilliant way to shut this thing down, and my theory being proven correctly. But I think Arcane Season 2 has a lot of villains. I don't think Jinx is one of them. Jinx is not a villain. If you watched Netflix Geeked, which was hard to watch, we've all seen the Arcane clip for Vi, where she has just gone through just a complete rough patch in her life. She has nothing. To the point where she is just fighting, getting knocked out, drinking by herself, even hallucinating people from her past. But there's one person there, constantly watching her. Well, two, I should say. But one person I'm going to point out. The first person is the person that everybody immediately loves. We see him in the Enforcer outfit. It is one of Vi's old friends that we could tell. He starts taking care of her when her drinking gets low without touching. He's even smiling whenever she gets a win. And the pit fight, it's kind of like a, hey, good job, I'm proud of you type of situation. At the same time, there's another person. A lot of people don't realize this, but we had to break this down frame by frame. Thank you. If you want to go, I know the guy's username. His username is Arcane in Detail. He goes basically frame by frame on everything. And this guy found a certain frame in the clip where they're all raising up the slips to bet on Vi's fight. They show one person's slip, use her hand, someone else's. Then they keep going, flip through it. Then the camera stops on one person for a second. And it's Jinx's hand. Jinx is betting on Vi. She is betting on Vi to win. And something tells me Vi is going to get the list of people that won, and she's going to see her sister's name. She even starts to watch some of her sister's fights. And we have to remember that this is not a time where Vi is in a good headspace. This could be hallucinations. This could be her just seeing things, like the way Powder did. But that's not, in my opinion, what we're seeing here. I think what we're seeing here is Vi actually going through hell, like we're seeing her now. But she is seeing the person that she loved. And I'm going to bring this up probably more in detail in the next episode. But she fell in love with the Caitlyn that broke her out of prison. That's who she fell in love with. That's why she saw Caitlyn in the Enforcer uniform as that hallucination. That makes sense. On paper, that makes sense. So if we're doing all of that, let's apply that logic there. One person we know Vi loves more in the world, other than Caitlyn, is Powder, or Jinx, whatever you want to call her now. Let's say this is Act 2. What happens when Powder somehow gets shut up by Savika or somebody like that, and she needs somewhere to go? She knows, well, they took me here to fight. I wonder what's down there. She knows that some of Soko's old goons ran down there. So why not take a visit and imagine her surprise when Jinx is going to see her sister fight. She's going to start betting. And she's going to bet big. Because she knows her sister can win. And more importantly, if we apply that logic of, this is who you fell in love with, would have seen Powder. Not Jinx. We would have seen Powder. Would not have seen her hallucination become pink-eyed Jinx. That is not who we would have seen. The person that Vi is in love with she is romanticizing the past. That's basically the best way that you can say it. She is in love with the past, not the present. That's why I think that detail, the pink eyes, that detail is so critical. That is Jinx watching the fight in the background. That is Jinx watching her drink alone in the crowd. She's there. Vi doesn't realize it, and it sucks, because all she has to do is look over, turn around, And she sees she's not alone. But she thinks she is. And I think that might be what's driving Powder mad. She can't just approach Vi, because if she's hallucinating people, she's going to take a swing. So imagine to her surprise, she finds her sister drunk out of her mind probably, and that enforcer friend probably cuts in. Well, there goes that attempt to talk. So she starts betting. Get her name in there. She's going to dismiss her name, think it's an hallucination. And that's going to keep going. It's going to keep going. And we know eventually she gets out of that scenario. We don't know how. We don't know how she gets out of that scenario. And that's the fun thing about this. That's why I'm looking forward to this. Jinx is not the bad guy here. If anything, Jinx is the good person here. She is the anti-hero. We just don't we're looking at her as a terrorist. Which we probably should be. I mean, she did blow up a council building. And several other buildings too. So, we got that going for her. Sorry, Powder. But we also have to look at it at this type of scenario. Powder is there for help. You can tell. She kind of is, she's giving off the look where it's just like, I need to find the best way to talk to her. How do I approach the situation? And maybe she does talk to her, and that's what sets Vi off against her friend. She saw her, and Vi got set off. She thought it was another hallucination, and her friend just said, I can't do this anymore. I had enough. I can't see you self-destruct. So where does that leave Caitlyn? Well, Caitlyn is declaring martial law. We've seen the banners with the Kierman and combined with Noxus. So what's happening next up there? Noxus is going to get caught. And I think it's going to get caught by Heimerdinger himself. We've seen several clips of Heimerdinger and Echo walk around through the tower. Conveniently enough, we never are shown where exactly they are going. Interesting, right? Let's add on the fact that if you blink, you'll miss this part of the trailer, but we see for a second onto the untrained eye, if you're just watching this as a smile, Ambessa with her chain swinging it around with reckless abandon. If you slow it down, she's hitting people that she probably shouldn't be hitting. She is hitting enforcers. Tilt-over enforcers. So, whenever she says let's declare martial law, she gets caught doing something that she is not supposed to be doing. And whenever she's done doing that, she just goes on a rampage. And Noxus and Tilt-over are now at a war, while Zahn has to find a way to get stabilized. And the only way you're going to stabilize that, you're going to have to go to the unlikeliest of allies. And I am going to go to the very first sneak peek that we had. Caitlyn once said, the very first thing we hear Caitlyn say, when it's not during the in-production trailer, it's when we first see Enforcer Vi and all them. Caitlyn drops the line, we have a secret too. Who is that secret? I have an idea, and I'm going to leave you guys on a cliffhanger. Because I want to do a recording episode with my friends here. Hopefully we can get that done soon. But I want to leave you guys on a cliffhanger. I want you to go in the comments and ask, who do you think that secret is? I know who it is, I think. If you saw the leaks and you post one in there, I am going to delete your comment and you'll be blocked from the channel. I will tell you that now. But if you're watching this on YouTube, let me know what you think. Who do you think that secret is? What do you think that secret is? And more importantly, is it someone we've seen? Or someone that's just going to be introduced right about now? So that's it, everybody, for this episode of the Epileptic Gamer Podcast. It is good to be back solo, just for even maybe once, who knows, twice. But hopefully we can get the gang back in again. This was just kind of an episode I needed to get out there because Arcane is starting to pick up some traction again. And hopefully, the next time I talk, I will see some of your reactions. Worst case scenario, I don't. Shit happens. But, yeah, I'll put this up as soon as I can once it's done editing. And I will instantly let you know who I think that secret is. But I want you guys all to think about that. Who do you think the secret is? I know. I have my guesses, and I think my guess actually could be right. But that is it, everybody, for me. My name is Jacob, also known as the Uplifting Gamer, and I will see you all in the next episode. Bye-bye.